welcome to the 69th edition of Miss World here in London. I'm Stephanie del Valle.
And I'm Vanessa Ponce de Leon.
And this is the head-to-head challenge. Today we'll begin with our first group, Albania, Peru, England,
Hello.
Korea, Guyana, and Honduras.
Hello.
But before we begin, let's explain a little bit about how this is going to work.
Okay, first we're going to watch the introduction videos. Then we'll get to chat with you, the contestants. And after, we'll get to know a little bit more about the Beauty with a Purpose projects.
Then is when the fun part really begins, because you, the audience, will have the opportunity to vote for your favorite contestant on all our social media platforms.
Remember to like, comment, or swipe right on Mobster, Instagram, Facebook, and of course the Miss World website, missworld.com. So let's begin with Albania.
Hello everyone, my name is Atalanta Kachuko, I'm from Albania and I'm the representative of Albania in Miss World 2019. I was born in a city named Elbasan. It's next to Tirana, the capital of Albania. I've lived there like 18 years with my family. My family is not quite a big family. I live with my father, mother, sister and brother. My father is technical engineer and my mother is teacher. Also my sister is studying law and my brother is like 13 years old, so we don't know his future. I finished architecture university and also master degree, so I've done 5 years for architecture and I've also worked as architect, mostly as interior designer. I speak 4 languages, including Albanian, English, Spanish and Italian, but I understand even a little bit of Portuguese. In modeling I've worked like almost everywhere in the world and it made me look at the best of both worlds, but also it opened an eye for me about how the world goes and made me visit such cute countries. About my future, it's connected a little bit with Beauty with a Purpose because it was chosen by me and by my personality. I will think that I will still help animals. Despite this time in Albania, it's quite a time where they are doing such a reform about collecting dogs in the street and everything, and I feel very touched about this topic, but also helping the poor people as much as I can, of course. As I've done the last 3 years, I will still do and help them because it's the only thing that make us human, helping each other. We never know when we are going to be in need, and we never know that the person who we helped will help us someday in the future. So give love and give it without thinking twice. Thank you.
Albania, you're the first one. How are you feeling? Are you nervous?
A little bit nervous because I'm always the first, but that's okay. Every time that, even if we are the third or the fourth, it's still going to be our time. So. That's
and I see that you speak lots of languages. Do you by any chance speak Spanish a little bit?
Yeah, entiendo un poco.
Perfecto.
Perfecto. Lo entiendo muy bien.
Oh, sí, lo entiendes muy bien.
Muy bien. Entiendo todo que você dice.
Oh, that's very nice.
But I mix it a little bit with Portuguese and everything. It's all in my head, you know, all these languages and everything, and then it's my language, my native languages, but that's okay.
But for sure it's helping you a lot here as well.
It's helping a lot. I have a lot of friends. I just don't speak Korean, but...
I'll teach you.
Yeah, you teach me.
So tell us a little bit about your Beauty with a Purpose.
Okay, my Beauty with a Purpose is connected mostly with helping poor family there. We have a big organization, the biggest organization, non-profit organization. It's called, I'll say in Albanian, Fundjavë Ndryshe. It means like a different weekend. So each weekend, their purpose is to collect someone or some favorite or public figure, you know, and then we go and we help some kids, family, never mind, you know, everywhere where there is a problem we go, and we can help and contribute there by everything that what we can. For example, you don't have money, but you can give clothes, you know what I mean? Something that you cannot use it or you don't want to use it anymore. So we help as much as we can, and we never go with hands empty, you know, and that's the best thing that happened to that country. It changed a lot of families, and I've been with that organization like 3 years. I'm not like every week, of course, wherever I can, I go and help. But even spreading on social media, it helps me, it helps other people to see and to recognize that it can be you next day that help them, you know.
Okay.
So it's nice.
Well,
that's the best thing. But the second thing that it's including my beautiful purpose is something that really touched me. I have a dog, and when he stepped in my home and in my heart, it changed all my life. Because of him, I become vegetarian, and because of him, I start to think as animals as our friends.
Yeah.
They are here sent by God just to help us and to give love and everything. They are not food for us, you know. We can easily live without their protein from the meat. We can live with protein, and I'm such.
I can see you're very passionate about this.
So passionate that I start to speak about this every table, and sometimes people get nervous.
I think that we now have to stop a little bit because otherwise
Don't stop me here. But
you.
it's connected with this, and because of that, now it's time in Albania where they're collecting dogs from the streets, you know, and
Okay,
dogs
but
and
thank
cattle,
you.
they're killing them.
Thank
so.
you, Albania. We'll have to talk about this a little bit later in the second round.
Okay.
But now we're going to go with Peru.
My name is Angela Escudero San Martin. I am 23 years old and I represent Peru. I was born in Guyana, province of Piura, northern Peru. City of the eternal heat, which has a great biodiversity, and that together with its climates made it unique in South America. I grew up guided by my parents, who always taught us values based on love. By profession, I'm an industrial engineer. My objective is to help the Peruvian childhood, especially in the native community of Peru and Latin America. And I will do it connecting with bringing happiness and showing all the experience that I have. I have felt closely the need of many Peruvians, and after being elected Miss Peru and Ambassador of World Peace in Peru, I am working for a better future.
So Peru, I'm going to speak in Spanish because Peru speaks Spanish, but we'll translate a little bit later. Perú, platícame, tienes una empresa que es vegana.
Hola, claro, tengo una empresa llamada Tierra Madre. Esta empresa nació del amor que siento por la naturaleza, por los animales, y todo nació cuando yo fui a Brasil a visitar a mi hermana y ella me comentó un poco acerca de la Tierra Madre, de la Pachamama.
Ajá.
Fue un momento maravilloso donde nos conectamos más como hermana y ella me transmitió todo ese amor, y desde ahí yo dije, wow, ¿cómo es cuando te transmiten ese amor, ese mensaje? ¿Cómo puede cambiar la mentalidad de una persona?
Sí, claro. Oye, pero como una mujer joven, emprendedora, ¿cuál ha sido tu mayor reto?
Existen muchos retos. Yo inicié a principios de este año esta empresa de productos veganos. Es muy difícil empezar algo nuevo y sobre todo en un mercado muy amplio y donde compites con diferentes personas, pero yo empecé con una teoría de John Vance, que él dice que todos debemos de ganar, todos, desde la persona que produce a la persona que le compras, tus proveedores, también deben de ganar los clientes, todos debemos de ganar, no debemos de competir, no debemos de pensar en que yo debo ganar más, el otro no debe de ganar, o sea, es un conjunto, ¿no?
Todos
Para
ganamos.
así crecer, claro.
Perfecto. Oye, cuéntanos un poquito más sobre tu belleza con propósito. ¿De qué se trata?
Bueno, yo empecé cuando fui coronada Miss World Perú, quise descubrir los diferentes problemas que afrontaba mi país. Entonces empecé desde mi provincia, Guyana, luego mi región Piura, visité asilos de ancianos, visité albergues de niños abandonados, y si bien es cierto, la ayuda sí les llega porque en la misma ciudad hay empresas que se unen, organizaciones, y los apoya. Entonces me dio mucho gusto, pero muy aparte yo quise ver una realidad distinta, una realidad donde los niños sufren tremendamente. Entonces fui indagando y así llegué a una comunidad nativa llamada Quirishari en el Brain del Perú. Es una zona roja donde todavía existe el terrorismo, y entonces cuando yo fui a este lugar fue mágico. No se imaginan lo lindo, el amor que sentí cuando llegué y los vi, y ellos se sintieron tan felices porque muy aparte de llevar ropa, necesidades básicas, llevé un mensaje de esperanza y de amor para ellos, porque ellos, imagínense que tantas cosas que llevé y ellos ni les importaba estar conmigo.
Siempre lo van a recordar, estoy
Sí.
muy segura. Muchas gracias, Perú.
Gracias.
And now, we go with England.
Bonjour, Guten Tag, Namaskar, Salam.
I'm Dr. Pasha Mukherjee, proudly representing England at Miss World 2019.
In my early years in India, I only witnessed poverty from afar among slum children of Kolkata. Then, as an immigrant child in England with low socioeconomic status, I experienced their pain firsthand. This was the inception of my dream to one day change lives, mine and others. I guess dreams do come true, as I now work as a doctor after recently completing a dual medical degree. Before medicine, I'd worked as an interpreter, multilingual marketing rep, and a model for the last 7 years. Now, despite my busy shift patterns, I still enjoy writing poetry, boxing, and running my own charity, the Generation Bridge Project, which I started age 17.
Education empowers, and I'm delighted to pass this gift of health education forward to children across my country through my Beauty with a Purpose project.
Here in London, the host city for Miss World, over 300 world languages are spoken, making it a petri dish of cultural diversity. And I can't wait to welcome all of you to the wonderful capital of my home country, England. See you soon. Mwah.
England, I was actually at your coronation, and the thing that I remember the most is like, as I was going out, you were going out as well, but right after that, you went to your first shift as a doctor. What was the rest of that story of that night?
So I got crowned at around midnight, and the after party, which I had to attend, went on till about 2:30 in the morning. I caught the 4 a.m. train straight to my hospital. It was very important for me to make a good impression. It was my first day at work as a doctor. I'd worked for 5 years for this job, essentially. And it's a funny story. I turned up with all my baggages, even my crown case.
The crown on or in the case?
No, in my case, you know. I looked a mess. And the canteen lady recognized me. She didn't know the outcome, but they had heard about it. Boston's a very small city, a town. So they'd heard, you know, there's a Miss England finalist coming to our hospital. And she goes, you're a Miss England finalist, aren't you? And she says, so who won? I said, I did.
Of course I did.
So
and how have you
special.
managed to just be Miss England, but also being a doctor? Has that been challenging?
It's definitely been a challenge, and it's been about time management. But I don't believe that being a doctor is restricted to just the hospital. You know, being a doctor is about, you know, healing people with your presence, your smile, your warmth and kindness. And I do that as Miss England as well. So I'm being a doctor regardless of whether I'm in a hospital or beyond the hospital. Because Miss England role is much the same.
And that brings me to your Beauty with a Purpose project. Tell us, what is it about?
So going on to my Beauty with a Purpose, it's about prevention campaign on the type 2 diabetes. I believe the role of a doctor is not just treatment, it's also prevention, you know, and I chose diabetes because in the West we have a problem of obesity, and diabetes is very prevalent. It's very close to home for myself because South Asians, Hispanic populations, African American populations have a 4 times higher risk of type 2 diabetes. And I realize it's a preventable disease, and we really need to focus on prevention, especially worldwide with you know, increasing population and healthcare pressures. We really need to change the way we deal with healthcare. And I realize the best way to do this is to give people informed choice, allow them to make the choice, and the only way we do that is by educating them, you know. And I started with children and mothers because they're the most impressionable age. That's when health behaviors are formed and consolidated. And I don't believe that health education is just restricted to England. It's something that the whole world can benefit, because when we have a more proactive, more knowledgeable population about their own health, then the dependency on healthcare on ambulances and on hospitals is lessened, and that way we achieve a more efficient and more sustainable healthcare. We've achieved this in England with the first aid, first aiders in the population, and this way, even when an ambulance arrives 20 minutes late, we have someone living, and this is something we need for the rest of the world as well.
Yeah, I think we can say that education heals as well.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you very much, and these were your first contestants. Now, off to you, Stephanie.
Yep. Let's get to know a little bit about Korea.
Hello, my name is Chiyeon Lim, and I'm currently a student at Cornell University. I am proud to represent Korea in Miss World 2019. Korea is located in the east of Asia with 5,000 years of rich history and culture. I'm proud to introduce Dynamic Korea, a country that has produced outstanding talents in sports, culture, and the arts. Korea is well known as the breathtaking miracle of the Han River. I personally enjoy refreshing walks by the beautiful river. To Koreans, the Han River is enjoyed as a serene family picnic spot, biking trail with friends, and so much more. During the Korean War, many UN countries volunteered their service and lives to help us, a foreign nation. With the support of foreign countries and our nation's passionate and diligent attitude, Korea quickly developed into an economic and IT powerhouse. With gentle and polite manners, Koreans have great hospitality and enjoy building strong bonds within community. Today, remembering the support our nation received, it is our turn to return the love and support to others. About 70% of the Korean peninsula is mountain. One can enjoy the majestic mountains and rivers in Korea when visiting. The delicious and healthy food is another exciting and outgoing Korean experience.
So Korea, like you mentioned, your country is growing in this incredible way, and the world quite recently has actually been introduced to more of your culture with things like K-pop and game shows and all these kinds of things. So how does it feel for you being part of this new generation in Korea?
It's actually really amazing. Coming to London, I've met so many delegates who came up to me and said, I'm such a fan of K-pop, K-drama. And right after that, they always come up with the follow-up question, tell me more. Tell me more about Korean culture. And seeing this excitement and curiosity within others just from being exposed to different cultures really inspired me. I realized communication can happen when you gain knowledge about other cultures, and I think the key thing about this communication is that it's grounded in patience and love and companionship, really.
Yeah.
And with this conversation, change can happen, and good change can happen. And so being part of this younger generation that's exposed to globalization, I'm inspired to really create this future together with all these lovely women and do our part in helping the world.
Yeah, well, I totally agree. I think good change really has happened, and it's lovely to see your country flourishing like you've mentioned. So why don't you tell us a little bit about your Beauty with a Purpose project?
Yes, so as you have slightly mentioned, Korea did develop very quickly as a nation. And unfortunately, within that rapid time, there were some rundown old towns that weren't able to keep up as much with the pace. And so my Beauty with a Purpose project really focuses on sort of reaching out to those old towns and trying to bring them up together, because we want to go together. It's not just as a nation, but as a community, as individuals. We want to really share the happiness and support. And so for my project, what we did is we created a group of young artists, students, anyone who really wanted to help from the young generation. And we took a trip to one of the old towns, and we created our little magic of art where we painted mural paintings.
That's lovely.
And so it was really amazing, because when we first arrived, it was really dead in the sense that there weren't anyone walking around in the streets. But once we started bringing out the music, starting painting and all that, people started coming out of their house, they took pictures, they asked what's going on, and it just really brightened up the area.
Yeah.
And one of the great things about this is that it brings tourism and commerce into the area as well, and so it really helps.
And even for the people of that area, art is like a form of therapy, so as soon as everyone saw you guys painting and the music, it just brought everybody enough encouragement to go outside and enjoy.
It shows that we're there for them.
Yeah.
The younger generation cares.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest part.
Yeah, that's lovely. Well, thank you so much, Korea.
Thank you.
Let's get to know Guyana.
Hi, welcome to My Scientific Discovery, a journey powered by pure joy and guided by light. I am Joylyn Conway, your Miss World Guyana 2019. I proudly represent Guyana, the land of many waters, a country that is said to be the home to the lost city of El Dorado. Its rivers overflow with natural resources and run deep with national pride, hospitality, and the rich culture of its people. A natural science enthusiast, I hold a bachelor's degree in chemistry with biology minor, and currently I'm a lecturer and lab instructor by profession. I am a proud country girl, hailing from the ancient county of Berbice, a magical, mythical fairy tale, land filled with scientific anomalies. I am so fortunate to have so many blessings in my life. God, family, friends, support, my country, the world. Eternally grateful I say, thank you. To my fellow Miss World sisters, I look forward to lighting many candles with you and learning about your glowing cultures. And to the home of Miss World, London, my very being anxiously awaits to meet you. But for now, I extend to you pure joy and an abundance of light.
Guyana, you said you have a bachelor's in chemistry, right? So did you face, obviously that's a very difficult degree to obtain, so did you face any challenges when you decided to go ahead and study chemistry?
I definitely did. Really and truly, anytime somebody learns that I'm studying chemistry, the next term that follows is like, wow, that's a challenge.
Yeah, it is.
It is a challenge, really. One of my earliest memories would be switching from high school chemistry, just simple, to university level chemistry. In high school, you're taught foundational concepts, whereas in university, you have to apply those foundational concepts. That was a challenge because I believe that we as humans tend to have difficulty in applying ourselves, which I believe all of you agree with me, really. But that was a challenge that I overcame as time progressed. Secondly, I'd have to go with being able to understand the difference between the chemistries. There isn't just one chemistry. There are a multitude of chemistries. And so as a chemistry major, you had to be able to understand the difference between them and be able to know how each of them are applied in our day-to-day lives and their practical applications within the world. There's organic chemistry, inorganic, analytical chemistry. For a person who's not a chemistry major, they just hear chemistry. But for me, I'm a chemistry major. I don't just hear chemistry. I hear
have to make sure and ask which
Yes,
one are you talking
that's
about.
Right.
So what
That's
was
right.
it? What was it about it that then got you so interested? Like, what was it about chemistry that made you want to have that as your degree?
Just a book.
Just a book?
A very colorful book that my dad gifted me when I was about in secondary school in my latter years. It was a very colorful book. And I love colors. I'm a visual learner. And this book made chemistry seem so simple in high school that when I got home and something was very difficult in school, I just wanted to hit the books. Because I know I'm going to see something colorful and it gives you the motivation and the drive to just read and work. It's just a book.
Oh, wow, that's
it.
beautiful.
I think I need this book. Like now.
Does it come for all the subjects or just chemistry?
Just chemistry. Actually, I use it with my students as well because I really want them to see that, yes, you might hear chemistry is difficult, but you all learn differently. For me, I'm a visual learner, and so I show them how I learned, how I ended up loving chemistry for what it is.
And that must have helped a lot with them.
It has, it has.
And so why don't you tell us a little bit about your Beauty with a Purpose project?
I'm a firm believer in lighting other candles and that it costs nothing to light other candles. At this point, that is what I'm doing. That is what my Beauty with a Purpose project is focused on. It's titled STEM Girl Glow, where STEM is an acronym for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. It's also governed by a tagline guided by light, glowing beyond the stereotypes. That light, it's not the artificial light that we see. That light their mentors, their teachers, their parents, they're each one of us here. Those are the lights. Those people guiding girls to be a part of STEM, career-wise and academics, and most importantly, ensuring that they stay that path and discovering their own inner and God-given light that will allow them to glow beyond the stereotypes that girls are faced with in STEM. It's focused on girls in rural communities of Guyana because I'm a girl from a rural community and we are oftentimes robbed of those opportunities and exposure because of our geographical location. And so because I know what it felt like and I know that these girls are smart, they're either smart by the books or they're smart by the skills.
Yeah.
Either way, they're smart, and I believe that they deserve a shot to know that they can imagine, they can inspire, and that they can invent.
Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you so much, Guyana.
You're most welcome.
Let's get to know Honduras.
Soy Grisel Romero, Miss Honduras Mundo 2019. Hablar de Honduras es hablar de cultura, historia y arrecifes coralinos. La mujer que más admiro es mi madre, una guerrera sobreviviente de cáncer de mama. Esto me enseñó a ser una mujer fuerte en muchos aspectos de mi vida y solidaria con las causas sociales. Contribuyo como voluntaria en el Centro de Rehabilitación Integral CRILA. Estudio mi primer año de universidad en la carrera de Ciencias de la Comunicación. Deseo ser la voz en mi país y Latinoamérica, portadora de cambios, ya que necesitamos una sociedad más inclusiva. Practico atletismo y natación. Mi meta es y será siempre, antes, durante y después de este camino como reina de belleza, ser un líder para que exista una inclusión social auténtica con el tema de discapacidad a nivel mundial, ya que considero que la Corona de Miss Mundo es una plataforma de impacto positivo para todos.
With Honduras, I'm going to be asking her in Spanish because she's chosen to speak Spanish and we both speak the same language, so here goes. Honduras, mencionaste en tu video que tú apoyas a diferentes organizaciones que apoyan las personas que tienen la condición de cáncer de mama, ya que tu mamá es sobreviviente de esta condición. Así que obviamente esto no es una situación fácil ni para ti ni para tu familia. Así que queremos saber, ¿hay algo que aprendiste durante esta experiencia con tu familia?
Bueno, créeme que todos pasamos por situaciones que te hacen crecer en tu vida o te derrumban. Gracias a Dios, esto en nuestra familia fue un impacto demasiado fuerte. Hablar del tema es bastante doloroso, pero al mismo tiempo te hace sentir como que valió la pena pasar por ese proceso, tanto como para mi familia, para mí, ya que nos unió bastante. También a mí me hizo crecer como mujer, me hizo ser una persona más sensible, ser una persona con más responsabilidades, porque me tocó ser la encargada de mi hogar, tanto como de mi padre, de mi hermanito y de mi mamá como tal, porque tenía que llevarla al hospital que se hiciera sus quimioterapias, en la cual tocábamos viajar siempre como 10 horas para llegar a la ciudad donde realizaban este tipo de tratamientos para ella. Entonces, ver las situaciones que uno pasa tanto en los hospitales, ver esas personas también que luchan a diario por su vida, y nosotros saber que gracias a Dios tuvimos la dicha que Dios nos dio, que mi madre pudo sanarse. Entonces yo apoyo a lo que es una fundación de cáncer de mama, en la cual también quiero fundar una, para que estas mujeres puedan tener sus quimioterapias gratis y puedan llegar a tiempo y poder salvar sus vidas.
Bueno, pues
entonces
eso
es una inspiración para mí.
Muchísimo de admirar, no solo tu iniciativa que quieres hacer con una fundación tuya, pero sino con las ganas que tienes aquí de hablar sobre ese tema, ya que sabemos que no es fácil. Y además de tu proyecto con la Fundación de Cáncer de Mama, sé que tienes otro proyecto que es el de Belleza con Propósito, así que cuéntanos un poco sobre eso.
Sí, quise tomar Belleza con Propósito, el proyecto de una fundación que se llama CRILA en mi país, ya que ellos necesitan de mucha ayuda. Entonces soy voluntaria para ellos y también soy la voz, la portavoz de mi país, llegando a instituciones, a los centros educativos, brindando charlas para que ellos tengan conciencia que las personas, porque a veces cuando ya los niños o los adultos o los ancianitos ya son rehabilitados, pues ellos deciden lo que es estudiar, otros buscar trabajo, y pues me parece muy bien que ellos quieran superarse después de tener su rehabilitación, pero no son como, las personas lo rechazan siempre. Entonces lo que quiero es que todas las personas creamos conciencia de que no podemos hacer este tipo de cosas con ellos. Todos tenemos los mismos sueños, los mismos derechos de poder salir adelante. Entonces mi objetivo es ayudar a esas personas que ellos sigan creyendo en sí mismos, que ellos puedan salir adelante mediante después de su rehabilitación como tal.
Bueno, excelente, te felicitamos por eso, muchísimas gracias.
Gracias. And this is the first group from the Head-to-Head Challenge. Congratulations, girls, you did amazing.
You all did lovely. All right, now that we have finished with Group 1, it is your chance to go and vote for your favorite contestants. Remember to check out all our social media pages, Facebook, Instagram, Mobstar, and the Miss World website, missworld.com, for your chance to vote for one of these ladies to be in the next round. We'll see you next time for round 2 of Head to Head Challenge.